Okay, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed the video, and today we're going to do Wayne T-Bone style pop art. All right, here we go. Usually I do donuts and we make them using three-dimensional objects, but we'll have fun making them this way today. All right, so here we go. So we're going to be creating donuts, and again, your donut doesn't have to look anything like my donut at all, but we will learn to draw them together, okay? We're gonna use the 7 elements of art today, except for one. So we're gonna use line, color, shape. We're going to use implied form. We'll use value, texture, and space, kind of, sort of. All right, so here we go. We're gonna get started, and I'm gonna put these donuts over here. So you're gonna take your paper, you wanna hold your paper going across, all right, boys and girls? You're going to make a dot, okay? So you're gonna make a dot over here, and another dot here in the middle of your paper. And what you're gonna do is you're going to make an ellipse. In math, we call it an ellipse. It's also called an oval. And I'm just going to make an oval shape, just like this, okay? Now above this oval shape is where I'm going to put the drip that you see on the other side of the donut when the glaze gets dripped on. So I'm gonna make some up and down shapes like this to make it look kind of drippy. Okay, make some higher and some lower. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a rainbow line above this. So up here, I'm going to make a rainbow line. It's going to come across just like this. Okay, again, I'm doing this sideways, so it's not so easy. All right, so once you've done the rainbow line, okay, you're going to come down. Now remember that a donut has like a thicker, it kind of has a square, not a square bottom with a corner, but it's kind of squared a little bit. Do you see how it looks like that when it sits on a plate? So here I go. So I'm going to come over and I'm going to kind of make a square-like bottom. And I'm going to come up like this. See how I did that? And I'm going to make some drips right here coming around. So I'm going to start here and make some drip lines just like this. Okay, some are higher, some are lower. Okay, that gives it that real illusion that it's real. All right, so now I have my donut, I have my drips. You can go in and add in any kind of sprinkles you want. You could do dash lines, you could do little circles if you wanted to. It's all up to you how you want your donut to look. I'm gonna put in some little sprinkles. My youngest son loves it. He calls it, well, I call it donut with the sprinkles, but to the Dunkin' Donuts people, but I know it comes in different colors and depending on the holidays. All right, so you can put some details in. You can also, boys and girls, put in a plate. If you want this to sit on a plate, you could put the plate in. So you want to come down a little ways over here and kind of come around in front, okay? And then come back around here to the side. All right, so it begins and ends around the same point. And you can make a little edge to your plate if you wanted to. You want to add a little thickness to the plate, but see how that's going to stop right about there. If there's a marking on the plate, you could add, you know how sometimes there's like a little dish or circle line? You could add that in as well. Then you could go in and add in the horizon line, which is in this case, the table edge, right? You could add in a window. You could put a cup of coffee here if you wanted to in the background. It's all up to you, all right, what you want to do. All right, so once you've done that, boys and girls, you're going to get out your crayons, or you can get out your oil pastels, your set that you have, that you got. And what you want to do is you want to go in and get the color in. You want to come up with some sort of pattern. Here's my pattern sheet here. You want to have some kind of pattern or design on the tablecloth. You could do checkered, you could do stripes, you could do wavy lines. Ooh, maybe I'll do wavy line. That would be fun. All right, so I'm going to take my oil pastels, which I know everybody's excited to get to use. I'm going to pick some colors that look nice together. So I'm going to do 2 shades of green, all right? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just go in and I'm gonna make my wavy lines on an angle, all right, to give it that illusion of depth. So first I'm gonna go in and put some light green wavy lines in for my tablecloth. See how I'm doing that? All right, and then I'm gonna go in and add some dark green next to it, okay? So you can add in some kind of pattern of your choice. It could be something that you see, a pattern every day that you see in your house. All right, so I'm gonna do the dark green. I might have to add light green too because I just can't resist. All right, so I have this in. All right, you can also add in the rainbow sprinkles or whatever color sprinkles you wanna do. Maybe it's a certain time of the year you're thinking of doing your donut in. And you know, at Halloween time, they have a certain color, or in the springtime, or for St. Patrick's Day. So you can go in, you can pick out the colors that you want to do for your sprinkles. I'm going to do purple, pink, and I think maybe red. Okay, so I can go in and I just can color in my sprinkles. I'm not going to color everything in because I'm going to add watercolor paints today to my work. So I'm going to go in, add a little bit of red here and there, add a little bit of purple here and there, just like this. And I'm going to add some pink in, okay? Adding a little pink in, just like this. Okay, so I have pink, I've done that, I've added that. I could also add in the color of the plate. Let's say I want to do the plate. I want to think about value. Value is a shading of light and dark. So let's say I want to make the plate pink, okay? That means the darker shade of the color would be purple. So look, I'm going to make the plate pink, okay? The edge of the plate's going to be pink. And then as I come in, I'm going to blend it with the purple because that's the shadow. See, so underneath my donut, this is lighter. So this is it. And see, I'm pinching my crayons, so I'm not going to blend. You could do the same thing with crayons, boys and girls. Crayons is the other option this week to do this with crayons. It's kind of hard to blend colors with markers. So it's either crayons or crayons this week would be best. All right, so I'm going to go in and add a little value there, okay? I can also add in a little color. I'm going to make my donut have that goldeny yellow look. So I'm going to add a little bit of crayons to it. And then when I add in the yellow paint, it will just kind of be a lighter shade of it. So this will give it a little shadow. I might even do a little tiny shadow towards the bottom in orange, okay? Just to give it that shadowy look. Then I can go in with my paintbrush, okay, using my watercolor paints. You could also add some details to the top. And then you can paint in your frosting. So maybe my frosting will be purple, right? And you can go right in and get, oops, I forgot to do that little wiggly spot there. See where the donut is? So I'm gonna go in just very lightly and get a little bit of yellow in there first, and then go in with my purple. All right, and you use circular motions. You can go very slow. You have more control painting when you hold it down by the metal part, okay, or the plasticky part at the bottom, okay? And you can go in and paint in your frosting. Pretend that I've done that. You can also go in and paint over the yellow with yellow again. It will be a different shade of yellow, okay? So you could do that to add in the value of light and dark on your donut. You can also go in and add in, I could do blue on top of my green, and that looks really nice because blue and green touch each other on the color wheel. So I could make my tablecloth have blue and green, right? I could have also gone to yellow because green touches yellow on the color wheel as well. All right, so I could go in and do that, okay? And of course, anything else that you add in for details in the background above, I'm gonna let that be that you can be creative. On this one, I just simply painted the background in. Don't forget to paint in your donut's bottom, okay? It actually wouldn't be turquoise. I painted that turquoise, silly me, I'm so tired. It would be yellow, right? You wouldn't really see the outside of the hole. You would just see yellow because it's the actual donut that you see. All right, so you can go in and paint in your donut in the background. All right, I can't wait to see your work, boys and girls.